Hello students, welcome to the class. So today we are going to discuss about the paper Economic Zoology, and here the topic is from the poultry management, and here it is the breeds of duck. Okay. So in our previous classes we have discussed about the poultry product, poultry thing like chick. We have discussed about the breeds of chicks, then the management of the chicken practices, okay, and there are different diseases found in the chickens. Okay, now today we will have to discuss about the same way about the breeds of duck, their management system and their diseases. So in our first class, let us go to the details of the different breeds of duck which are used for poultry practices. So let us go to the first slide. So what is duckery? Okay, the rearing of duck, for economic purpose, the rearing of duck for meat, for eggs, okay, and for ornamental purpose, so that we can generate revenue. Okay, that practice is called as duckery practice. Now it is a good income generating occupation for small and also the marginal farmers. Okay, it seems to be a new enterprise to the farmers because see it involves, it can be done in a very less area, okay, or it can be integrated with integrated fish farming practices, okay, where there is a pond, okay, or or fishery, pond or fishery, where we can go for the rearing of fishes. Okay, along with that we can go for these poultry practices. Okay, so duck domestication dates is not a new concept here. Okay, it has a back history of Roman literature around 2000 years ago. Okay, so the best duck producing countries, okay, the best duck producing countries are Vietnam. Okay, the topmost position occupies by the Vietnam. Okay, then Poland, Indonesia, Thailand, United States, Brazil, China and Bangladesh, along with India. Okay, it is in a decreasing order, that is Vietnam is the topmost position, whereas Bangladesh in the lowermost position, and India is has its own position in this particular duck management or duck or this poultry duckery system. Okay, so see, in India is practically a good country for this practice. Okay, it has different riverside, wetlands, ponds, tanks. Okay, and for this it can be done in all states of India, almost all states of India. Okay, India is bestowed with these different rivers, okay, all the riversides, okay, then different wetlands, ponds, tanks, or some open spaces, okay, which are needed or which are the primary important thing for the duck rearing practice. Okay, now if we come to the Indian states, we can see that Gujarat has higher land water or inland water covering, okay, and particularly the South Gujarat region. Okay, so therefore Gujarat, in Gujarat the duckery practice is a very relevant one, okay, for the production of eggs and meat. Okay, then West Bengal, coming to the West Bengal, has the highest duck production. Okay, has the highest duck production, followed by Assam, then Bihar, Manipur, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Orissa and Tripura. Okay, so these states, along with others, these states has the maximum role in this duckery practice or duck farming practice. Okay, so generally what happened, duck farming practice, okay, can cover the weaker and disorganized section of the people of our society. Okay, it does not need a lot of capital to initiate these duck farming practices. Okay, so it can be initiated in the low scale first. Okay, and if it is in a good pace, okay, if it is in a good pace, then we can go for betterment. Okay, but initially it can be done in a very low scale. Okay, and therefore it is considered as poor man's poultry. Okay, poor man's poultry, and believe me, this is an important branch of economic zoology which can be imparted to the society. Okay, now what are the different breeds? Okay, what are the different breeds of duck that can be used for duck farming practice? To coming to these breeds, let me first give me the systematic position of the duck. Okay, so duck fall under the phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, superclass Gnatostomata, then class is the apes, then subclass Neornithes, and order Asiniformes. Okay, and the scientific name, that is the genus is Anas. Okay, and it has different species. Okay, now why to go for this duck culture or duck farming? See, if we go point wise, you can see that the ducks are less hazardous. Okay, these are less hazardous bird with minimum maintenance cost. Okay, then ducks are disease resistant too. Okay, these are mainly disease resistant. Then they have longer egg production life. Okay, they have longer egg production life. Then the eggs are heavier and fetch a better price. Their meat is also delicious and therefore used, or therefore has high market demand. Okay, and they do not need elaborate housing, okay, or elaborate or extensive or very sophisticated housing techniques. Okay, so these are some advantages which can be which are the plus point in this duck farming system. Okay, now if we come into the breeds of duck, okay, we are discussing about the breeds of duck. So here first, see, the breeds of duck, okay, is generally considered for duck farming based on 3 facts. Okay, these are based on 3 facts. Okay, like for example, the first thing is that the egg types. Okay, the ducks which are reared, okay, or which are reared for egg, for to taking the consideration of the egg production. Okay, and here generally the eggs, the ducks which are used in these practices are Khaki Campbells. Okay, we will discuss it, what is Khaki Campbell and all. So generally, let me just cite me here example here. So the egg types generally consist the Khaki Campbells and Indian runner breeds. Okay, now coming to meat type. Okay, coming to meat type, which consists of White Pekin. Okay, White Pekin, then Muscovy and Aylesbury. Okay, and there is another breed of duck which are used or which are considered for this duck farming practice, and it is the ornamental type. Okay, which consists the crested white duck. Okay, it consists of the crested white duck. Okay, so let us discuss the breeds of duck in different category one by one. So dear students, here the first we can discuss the ducks which are reared for egg production. Okay, so here the first one is Khaki Campbells. Okay, see, the Khaki Campbell breed, okay, has been developed in England for cross of fawn and white runner. It is a cross. Okay, it is a cross breed which is formed by, or which is which is developed by the cross of fawn and white runner, okay, with the mallard ducks. Okay, so these ducks have brownish bronze lower part of the back. Okay, the color is brownish bronze. Then tail is covered. Okay, tail is little bit covered. Head and neck rest on the body. Okay, and plumage is khaki colored. Okay, therefore these are called as khaki Campbells. Okay, we know that khaki color. What is khaki color? Okay, so their plumage, that means the feathers, okay, the feathers on their body are of khaki colors. Okay, and therefore these are called as khaki Campbells. Okay, now coming to the bills, they have greenish bill. Okay, they have greenish bill and dark orange colored legs. Okay, then the adult, okay, the adult weigh between 2.2 to almost 2.4 kg. It is almost under 2.5 kg. Okay, and while the that is a duck, that is female, weight about 2.0 to almost 2.2 kg. So we can say that the males are little bit heavier. Okay, and the egg is about 70 gram. So this is the fact of duck egg, that the duck egg is heavier one. Okay, and one egg consists of almost 70 gram. Okay, egg production over is average per duck is almost close to 300 eggs per year. Okay, so the average is the 300 eggs per year. Okay, so this is the most important variety, khaki Campbell. Okay, which is preferred by the duck farmers. Okay, because see, it is a cross, it has high productivity both in the case of meat as well as the egg, but these are generally reared for egg production purpose. Okay, so this is the khaki Campbells. Now coming to the ducks for the again coming for the ducks which are reared for the egg production other than khaki Campbell. Okay, other than khaki Campbell, the other three varieties, okay, which are used, or not three varieties, the other breed is Indian runner. Okay, it is the Indian runner, and among Indian runner, three different varieties are used. Okay, the Indian runner has three different varieties. Okay, and which are mainly used for egg production. Okay, see, the first variety is the fawn, the second one is the white runner, okay, and the third one is pensile variety. Okay, so these three variety, okay, are generally used for the egg production because these are considered as a good layer, okay, which can produce an average record of 200 eggs per year. Okay, so it is a very good calculation, good statistics, that it can give almost 250 eggs per year, and therefore it can be considered, or it is considered, as a very important breed for egg production. Then let us discuss here the varieties. Okay, so here the first variety is the fawn. Okay, so they are white. Okay, they are white in color with fawn color, with fawn colored back. Okay, with fawn colored back and shoulders. Okay, the upper part of the breast and wings are fawn colored too. Okay, then white, the lower part of the body is white. Okay, the upper part and shoulder is the white, fawn in color, whereas the lower part of the body is white in color. Okay, then the body is little bit long and narrow, and there is a sloping, actually there is a sloping like a thing, okay, into the neck, okay, which resemble them somewhat penguin like structure. Okay, we know that how penguin looks like. Okay, so due to their body structure, their look is little bit similar, okay, or they resemble little bit like the penguins. Okay, the shank and the toes are orange in color. Okay, orange in color, and the bill, okay, their bill is little bit greenish yellow in color. Okay, so this is the fawn. Then coming to the white runner. Okay, coming to the white runner. So here this variety is pure white in color, therefore the name is white runner. You can see the diagram here. It has a very clear white color, okay, throughout the body. Okay, the bill is yellow in color. You can see the bill structure as well as the feet structure. Okay, the shank and the toes are orange color. Okay, bill is yellow in color and feet and shank are yellow in color. Sorry, orange in color. Okay, coming to the pensile variety. Okay, here the head of the male is dull bronze color. Okay, dull bronze greenish color. Okay, the back has a soft fawn ground. Okay, then the body and the upper section. Okay, you can see the diagram of picture here. The body and the upper section of the breast are medium fawn. Okay, and the tail portion is medium fawn also. While the body is almost white in color. Okay, actually the male and the female parts a little bit different. Okay, like in female a white marking in the plumage. Okay, in female there is a white marking in the plumage, whereas there is different color marking in case of male. Okay, but see it has some the whole body is not completely white in color. It is a mixture of white plus fawn color. Okay, so these are the three variety of the Indian runner breed. Okay, which is solely used for the egg production. Not solely, which is mainly used for egg production. Okay, now I hope I am clear up till now. Okay, then let us move to the duck which are reared for meat production. Okay, the duck which are reared for meat production. So see the duck meat. Okay, the duck meat is highly acceptable among the non-vegetarians. We know in this part of our country, that is in this part of country, so duck milk is considered as a delicacy. Okay, we consider it as a delicacy. So it is generally not so much of available in the market, but yes, their meat is rich in fat. Okay, and the total energy is also a little bit higher. Okay, that is, it is almost 190 calorie per 100 gram. You can see the range, 190 calorie per 100 gram. Okay, so and the protein content is almost 13% of their body. Okay, so the most common breed which is used for meat production in duck is the first one is the white Pekin. Okay, it is the white Pekin. So this white Pekin breed originated in China. Okay, see, you can see the diagram here. The white Pekin, the first diagram is for white Pekin. Okay, so here the breed is originated in China, and the birds are large and white feathered. Okay, they have orange yellow bills. Okay, you can see in the diagram they have yellow orange bill, reddish yellow shanks. Okay, and feet and yellow skin. Okay, so their eggs are tinted. Okay, if we consider their eggs are tinted. Okay, so the ducklings. Okay, the ducklings are has a feathery arrangement. Okay, and it takes about 16 weeks. Okay, it's 16 weeks to go for a full feather. Okay, full feather for the ducklings. Okay, so the drakes, that is the male birds, are big in size. Okay, bigger in size, and which weigh about almost 4.5 kg. You can see the weight. Okay, weight is almost 4.5 kg. What does it reflects? It reflects that it can be used, and therefore it is used as for the meat production. Okay, while the female is almost about 3.3 kg. Okay, it is almost 3 kg. Okay, this breed is generally native to Brazil. Okay, Brazil, and very popular in Australia. Okay, so the other two varieties, okay, the other two varieties is, one is Muscovy. Okay, Muscovy. So it is very much it is a questionable thing that is there really duck or not. Okay, it is this more like this actually it is more like a goose. Okay, in many ways. Okay, so they have very strong and powerful in fight. They can take powerful flight. Okay, yet very tame. They are tame. They can be tamed easily and very friendly duck. Okay, then actually there are two varieties of Muscovy ducks. Okay, two varieties of Muscovy ducks, the white and the dark variety. So the head and the face. Okay, the head and the face of the Muscovy are partly bare. Okay, with red and rough skin. So it is a long and broad body with greater breadth. Okay, the white variety has pure white plumage, pale orange or yellow legs, and a pinkish flesh colored beak. So these are some characteristics of the Muscovy breed. Now coming to the Aylesbury. Okay, now Aylesbury is originated in Buckingham in UK. Okay, so the plumage are white, legs are short and orange in color. Okay, so their bone weight is very light. Okay, their weight is very light, and due to this light bone weight, okay, and high percentage of their flesh. Okay, bone is lighter, flesh percentage is high. Okay, and therefore this bird is considered the delicious bird. Okay, delicious duck variety or breed. Then coming to there is another one which is called as broiler duck. Okay, so broiler duck is a short broiler type duck. Okay, found in generally Keluru Lake of Andhra Pradesh, which is famous for meat production. They are similar to broiler chicken. Okay, and are marketed at the age of 6 to 8 months. Okay, so that means their time their duration is a little bit like less, 6 to 8 months. Okay, the meat of such duck is said to be tasty and nutritive. Okay, and say this duck breed, broiler duck breed, is most commonly used for only meat purpose. Okay, only meat purpose. Okay, so this is all about the ducks which are reared for meat production. Okay, now coming to the ornamental type of duck. Okay, so what is ornamental type of duck? So these are breed or these are reared, okay, for ornamental purpose. Okay, for decorative purpose. So here the most commonly used ornamental type of duck is the crested white breed. Okay, crested white breed. So this variety is very popular duck, very popular variety of duck, very popular variety for the duck lovers in European and American countries. Okay, generally these are considered as a pet bird. Okay, the people of European and American countries, they kept this as a pet bird. Okay, they are very beautiful in looking. You can see, okay, their structure. There is a crest in their head. Okay, in the diagram, in the pictures, I have put it one adult one. The white one is the adult one, where the yellow one is a duckling. Okay, and you can see the crest in both pictures. Okay, as they are beautiful in looking, similarly they are delicate too. Okay, the adult are with rosy crest. Okay, so they have a rose like, okay, appearance is rose like crest. Okay, actually their economic value is not so high because they are not consumed okay, for for meat, as well as not reared for eggs, okay, but still their recreational value is very high. Okay, so who like this pet, like this bird as a pet, okay, so this is for them only, okay, but not in a market value like as for the egg laying, ducks for egg production or ducks for meat production. Okay, so just they have a recreational value, but yes, these are found. Okay, these are also found. That means these varieties, okay, these different varieties, like the varieties for egg production, then varieties for meat production, as well as the ornamental types of ducks, okay, generally considered as a most important breed which can be used for duck farming practices. Okay, so I think this is all about the different breeds of duck which can be used for this duck farming practices. And then in our next class we have to discuss about the management of the duckery, okay, and the different diseases. So if so this is the end of our today's class. Okay, so I have taken the sources from the economic zoology book by Sarkar and Kundu, Sarkar, Kundu and Chaki, and also the book, you can follow the book from the economic zoology book by Sagarika Chaudhary, and also the Upadhyaya, okay, Upadhyaya book, okay, economic zoology by S. Upadhyaya book, okay, and most of the pictures are taken from book and the internet. Okay, so I think this we can conclude the session here. See, if you have any doubts, okay, regarding this thing, so you can post it your question under the chat box in Google Classroom, and the question will be discussed in subsequent classes. So this is all. Thank you, students. Stay safe. Take care of yourself.